Why didn't we think of this? My goodness, rose lips, rose eyes. Happy Valentine's Day.
Yes.
So I easily get distracted during beauty shows. I'm supposed to be talking about lip or eye or skin, and I look at the whole face when our wonderful models come out. So I have noticed many a brow this early evening, late afternoon, and it's all thanks to this, FULLfill. It's a double-ended brow pencil. So both this end and that end are going to help. One will define and one will shape. And we have a few different color choices. So let Jen just give you a little like 101 quickly on how to shape, how to define, and then I'll toss to a shade chart because we've got a value. We're gonna say $15. A duo is $50, but we instead at QVC are at $35 with free shipping.
Yes, I just tried to quickly draw with my left hand, which I'm not ambidextrous, but I did a pretty good job still. This is the easiest brow you're ever going to use. I was just able to do it with my left hand on my hand to fill in a quick fake brow. It looks like actual hair. When you put this on, it glides on like silk. It wears like iron thanks to Amazonian clay. So if you're tired of your brow fading throughout the day, or maybe you don't have any brow hair, whether it's from age, medication, or just good old genetics, right? This draws on natural hair-like strokes like you just saw my hand. And the best part is, when you do have brows, sometimes I get a little like, I get those wiry ones that get out of, out of line. We've got a solidified oil serum right here on the other end that's not only gonna hold down your brow, lock it down into place, but nourish it with oils that are really like conditioning, so you're nourishing the skin, nourishing the hair, and just giving yourself the best brow ever. And I have like a little demo. I love a good demo. I want you to see. Here's a little feather. When they get crazy and out of line, look at this. Watch this. You just draw this right on, like swipe it on. It's gonna lock it in place.
Because you don't want to pluck brows at a certain age. Remember when we were like 16 and in our 20s, we would just like pull out that little wiry
one. You don't want your brows going everywhere. The gray ones. Those are the ones.
Those are the ones. But keep that, color it with the pencil side, right? Because you don't want to have no brow and smooth the flyaways with your smoothing side.
Love this.
There should be a shade chart. And Jen, I would absolutely love it if you would guide everybody through what color they should choose. And in general, maybe we can help them too with like a little rule of thumb. Should we be matching our hair color to our brow color? Should we be going God-given here? We don't have a shade chart?
You go with your desired hair color. Well, I can tell you about it, don't worry. Okay. Go with your desired hair color because sometimes people want to match the root or the rest of their entire hair. So it's you're all about preference. And you're gonna see Sheila right now. She's in the black brown. Look how quick she's gonna fill this in. She has no tail, right? I want you to see how easy this is because if you're like, oh, I don't know, I don't have the hand, I can't do it, you can.
You can.
I promise you. This is so easy to use. It glides on. It's waterproof, sweat-proof, it's smudge-proof. So look how fast she's filling it in. And then, oh yeah, a lot of brows are kind of like hard and waxy. This is going to nourish. There's oils in here. There's castor oil in here, Amazonian clay. And then she locks it down with that serum stick. That is just so nourishing.
Those look incredible. It's the before and after again
Look
with
at
Sheila,
your screen.
right?
She's in the black brown. Look at this. If you have no brow, I promise you, you can use this. It's so easy to use. It creates natural hair-like strokes. Nobody wants painted on looking brows. We want it to look like hair, and that's what this does.
Well, and when you look at Sheila in that before, it does look like something's missing. Well, when we age, our brows thin out. They don't grow as frequently as they used to when we were kids, right? And so it does start to look to all of us, something is missing. Define and shape, but then smooth. And Jace, I just wanted to make sure, do we have some sort of shade chart upstairs? Because thank you, awesome. We do have a shade chart ready to go because I do want Jen to help us figure out.
I will help you.
What color do we need?
Don't worry, I know we've got taupe. I know it's coming up, but I'm gonna just start in case you're wondering. All right, we do have ash blonde. This is for our platinum haired beauties. We also have for our salt and pepper haired ladies. We've got taupe, that's for our softer blondes, our redheads, medium brown. This is for our, like soft brunettes.
I tend to go medium brown just because I lighten my hair and I think that looks best for me.
I could do that one or dark brown. I can kind of fluctuate. We also have dark brown for our dark-haired beauties, our brunettes, and black brown for our black-haired beauties like you saw on Sheila. So you're just going to go with your desired hair color. You can match your root however you want. It's just based on your preference.
And you get two.
Yep.
2 for $35 instead of 2 for $50. You don't need to sharpen this, by the way. You're just going to wind it up and your product will reveal.
It's always sharp somehow. I don't know how, but it's like a forever sharpened pencil, so it's so easy to use. It's got this micro tip that allows you to create natural hair-like strokes. And look at our Jody. She's naked and sparse on the one side, and that's okay. That's all right. But watch, she's going to fill in her tail on that side right there. And are you in the ash blonde? Yep, and so Jody's using the ash blonde, so if you're like Jody, pick up that ash blonde color. It looks so natural.
Jody said really she has no hair on the tail of her eyebrow anymore.
A lot of us don't. That's where it's first to go. I don't know why, but the tail goes first, whether it's from medication
on
or
the face and the rear.
Yeah! It's like good old overplucking from the 90s. I don't know what happens, but it doesn't come back on the tail for some reason.
Well, that looks terrific.
Look what a difference. Like, look how much more younger and youthful she looks on that side. It lifted up the entire eye area, and everybody's doing this in seconds.
I love makeup. Please, I mean, if you're not wearing makeup, you don't have to. I don't mean to say it that way, but it is the easiest way to fix, repair, without surgery, without permanent. Like, it is a blessing to age. But if I can make my brows look better, my skin look better, my lips look more plump, I'm gonna do it all, Jen.
Yes, and Helen is in the taupe. I look at that color on her. If you're like Helen, pick up the taupe shade. This is for you. Notice how, like, I want you to look at her before. You cannot see her brow. You can't see it. The after, look how much more youthful and defined. Her eye looks lifted. It looks higher, because when you put a picture on the wall without a frame, it looks, something's missing. It looks naked, right? That's the same thing goes for your face. It ages you when you don't have brows. This turns back the clock for you instantly.
Well, and if you really have like barely there brow, like so many of our models, I would particularly try this item from Tarte because of that fine tip that FULLfill can give you. It's easier to start where there is nothing versus a big, thick marker. You're gonna have Sharpie eyebrows before you know it. And then smooth that brow again with the double-ended. Not 50, 35 instead. Another warning, so our one-time only